here this morning. Happy Saturday. Great to see you. I've just got something on the screen that I'm going to try and clear. No, that hasn't worked. Never mind. It's my third live, and I'm so pleased to be here this morning. It's Coach Jeanette, aka Jeanette, also known as A Word in Due Season. And today I'm speaking on how to remain confident when you are misunderstood. And I want to give a few people a chance to get here because the live began at 9, which is now. So they may want a couple of seconds or minutes to get here so that they can participate in the live as well. And thank you so much for taking time out to watch the live, because you may be watching this after it has happened. Regardless of when you're watching this is still of great value. Now, I'm a wellness coach, and my journey into wellness coaching came through a pathway of working with young people in primary school and then going into secondary school where I taught. I was a tutor. I developed the school worship process for everyone so that we could all be worshipping as a school together. So I was involved in that aspect. I've always loved some aspect of worship and spirituality, always had a consciousness of God. And I've sort of progressed from there into continuing to work with and educate children. And then I've moved into wellness coaching, which is it's a wonderful place to be. And I love to share the things that work for me with others. And so today I'm talking about remaining confident when you're misunderstood, because it is a real challenge. It absolutely is. Remaining your true self when others don't get you, walking away from a conversation where you feel you were misunderstood, you didn't represent yourself as well as you would have wanted to. And that sense of frustration, that desire to want to go back, to explain, to continue the dialogue, that sense of not fitting in, that discomfort can be huge, and it can constantly play on your mind. And so I really want us to embrace the fact that there is another way, there is another option, which is to remain confident when we are misunderstood. And if we get a few vital points, we are going to be able to do that. We are going to be able to settle within ourselves and say, right, well, that's how it is. I accept it. It's okay. It's all going to work out just fine. Eventually, everything will come together. And whether I'm understood or not, that isn't going to take away from the value of who I am. It takes nothing away from me. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Saturday morning wellness session. Today, we're diving into something we've all faced at some point, and that is being misunderstood. It can feel lonely, frustrating, even painful. Welcome to the live. Even painful. Um, but here's the truth: your confidence doesn't have to break just because others don't get you. It's okay. For some of us, others are forever not going to get us, but we're going to be okay. And I'm trying to clear, oh Lord, sorry about this. Close. Okay, I've got something on the screen, but I'm just going to have to accept it's on the screen. Okay, I'm not sure what to do with it. But please feel free to join in the chats and to respond to the questions I'm going to ask. And please feel free to subscribe, okay? If you've encountered me for the first time, there was a reason. It wasn't coincidence, it was the universe guiding you this way. So please make sure that you subscribe to get the most benefit from what I am sharing, so you can pick up what I'm putting down, all right? I love that phrase. You know, sometimes you hear phrases and you just like the idea of using them. You pick up what I'm putting down. I love that. Now, tell me in the chat, have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling like people completely misunderstood you? They misunderstood your intentions. And if that happened, how did it make you feel? And I'm going to pause for a moment to give you the opportunity to respond to that question. You've had a conversation, you feel totally misunderstood. Hi, Eternity. Lovely to see you. Having a shower in a minute, but that's okay. Thank you so much. Lovely to see you listening in. I keep wanting to press the cheers button or the clapping, Eternity, you know, but those buttons don't exist here. But it's wonderful to have you connecting today. Awesome. Thank you for making yourself known. Thanks, Eternity. Anybody else? Do let me know. Tell me in the chat. Have you ever walked away from a conversation and just felt like somebody just didn't get you? They really didn't get you. They misunderstood your intentions. Maybe they even said something directly that showed that you were completely misunderstood. Well, as Bernard Baruch once said, and I had to read this over a few times to get it, so I'm going to read it to you a couple of times so we can all get it. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. He says, when you are your own authentic self, when you are being true to your own values and who you really are, the people who mind, the people who care about that, they're not aligned with you. And so they don't matter. But the people who don't mind, the people who will accept you on your cranky days, on your good days, the people who will accept you, even though they may not see the value in what you are doing, but they will accept your decisions and respect your choices, are the ones who don't mind. They don't mind. They allow you to be you, and they're the ones who matter. So the people who oppose you don't matter. The people who align with you are the ones that matter, and they don't mind. And so you're not misunderstood by them. And that's our anchor today, recognizing that in life we encounter different sorts of people, and we really must move away from people pleasing and concerning ourselves about people who actually don't matter, people who are going to hold us back because of their opposing views and opinions. Anyway, what I want us to do today is to recognize that misunderstandings can happen for various reasons, all right? And sometimes a misunderstanding can happen because of perspective, just what somebody has experienced. It may be that you have a friend whose parents stayed together through thick and thin, they never divorced, but yet you have met someone who's separated and hasn't lived with their wife for a number of years. They haven't divorced yet, but they live in a separate home and they are having a completely separate life. They are eventually going to divorce. They haven't done that yet. And your friend will say to you, oh, no, that's really wrong. You should have nothing to do with that person. He's married. But you will attempt to explain to them, he's married, but he's separated. It's actually legally separated. And they don't get it. In that case, you have to continue to do what you feel is right for you. You have to do what you feel is correct for you. If you recognize and acknowledge that that person is going to, they've assured you they're going to divorce and you will be together, then it's okay, because at the end of the day, that person is not living with and continuing in a home with and a marriage. They are legally separated. The point I'm making here is that is an illustration of people having different perspectives. Some people are not going to agree with your decisions or what you do in life, but other people will. For some people, their truth is just so different to your truth because they believe in the sanctity of marriage. I'm sure we all do. And they feel that, well, that person is married. They're not divorced. But you're saying, yes, they are married. That's very true. But they're legally separated and there is a difference. Sometimes people can only see through their own lens. They can only see things their way. It may be that you have a health issue and you say to someone, my health is really, really poor, and I've been advised to take this type of medication. And then they say, have you tried X, Y, and Z? And they give you a whole lot of different remedies. And it often happens with health that various people will give you different remedies to try. And you can get tired of trying different things. You've tried the turmeric, you've tried the honey, you've tried this, you've tried that, left, right, center, all sorts of things. And so eventually you've settled and you've said, well, none of those have really worked. So I'm going to stick with what the doctor has given me. And then you feel as if people are blaming you for your illness, because what they're saying is, well, if you tried what I recommended, you probably would be better off. And you're attempting to explain to them, I've tried all sorts of everything. And in fact, at one point, I did try that. And they say, oh, maybe you should stick with it. Look, sometimes people only see things through their own lens. It's extremely frustrating, but there's nothing much that you can do about it. You have to accept it. Your role is not to convince everyone, it's to remain true to yourself. If you've reached a place where you've decided, I'm not going to try lots of different medications, or this is the person for me, we are aligned, and I'm loving our relationship, and I know that he's about to file the papers now and we've discussed it and we're moving forward. Continue in what is right for you. Okay. I'm going to ask you in the comments, is there somebody whose opinion weighs on you right now? And is it worth your peace? Having that opinion continue to press and weigh on you, is it worth your peace? Because I would say that it's never worth your peace. Never. Never worth your peace to have other people's opinion pressing on you, to have them constantly telling you that you are wrong, making you feel excluded, leaving you feeling completely misunderstood. Well, I've got 10 strategies for remaining confident when you are misunderstood. Okay. First of all, pause. Don't react immediately. Never do that. Just pause. Take it easy and have a controlled response. You see, if you react straight away, that isn't going to be your best response. It may not be the best version of you. It may be a very emotional response. It might be curt, it might be rude, it might be dismissive. And so, therefore, don't react immediately. Affirm your truth. Just whisper to yourself, I know who I am. Keep reminding yourself of that. I know who I am. And continuously tell yourself that you know yourself. You know what your plans are. You know what your goals are. Even though that person isn't aligned with you, you know your capability. You know what you're going to be able to do. You know who you are. It's always important that you are your own best friend. And that's an example of it. Use silence wisely. Peace can speak louder than explanations. Sometimes give no explanation. You don't owe people explanations about things that are happening in your life, even if they misunderstand. You don't always have to give them reasons for why you do what you do. Remember your past victories, even though you may be misunderstood now and you might feel like you're on the periphery or on the outside. You've survived being misunderstood before and you're going to make it this time as well. You'll get there, even though the thought may keep going round and round and round in your head continuously. How am I going to solve this? They're not getting me. I'm not being understood. That's not what I meant. That isn't what I'm doing. I'm not an agent for bad. I'm an agent for good here. You at times just have to accept that that's the way it is at the moment and things will improve over time. So do bear that in mind. Reframe your thinking. Sometimes recognizing that some people aren't aligned with you is a good thing. Recognizing that you had so much in common but not a lot is actually a good thing. And then you're able to say, do you know what? Moving forward, I reckon that I'm glad to have discovered that they really weren't my cup of tea, not my kind of person. I didn't know that they thought like that. That's so negative. And, what's happened, it wasn't pleasant, but it's probably for the good. It's just for the best that we discovered who we are now and that we're not going to be great friends moving forward. Stay consistent in what you do. Just remain true to yourself, regardless of what people have said, regardless of whatever words they've put over you, how negative they've made you feel about yourself, regardless of whether they've accused you of being not a great person. That doesn't mean you have to be not a great person. Just remain true to yourself and be consistently the awesome person that you are. Just remain true in that. You're a wonderful person. Be that wonderful person because through your actions, people will see the truth of who you are. Even if they've misunderstood you, they'll see that you were consistently true to what you believed in. And then they're going to see that, oh, right, that really was what she meant. She really did want to do something for the good. She really wasn't trying to take a shortcut. She really wasn't being selfish. This wasn't all about her. It really was about the cause. So stay consistent, stay true in your actions. Seek clarity, but not other people's approval. Always ask them, do you understand what's happening here? Misunderstandings sometimes come from people not understand. Obviously, it's a misunderstanding, but have they understood what you've said? Have they understood what it is that you want? Have they understood the decision that you've made? Seek clarity, not approval. Maybe you want to ask them, I don't understand your reaction. Could you tell me, what did you hear me say? That's so important because sometimes what you said isn't what somebody heard. What did they hear you say? And by listening to that, rather than defending yourself, you can clarify. And so you can just clear things up and seek clarity, clear it up, rather than seeking them approving of you. Okay, what did you hear me say? That's a really valuable tool. If you don't use it, begin considering using it now. Don't internalize the situation of being misunderstood. Their misunderstanding is not a reflection of your worth. You are still worth tremendous value, despite the fact that people may look down on you or think less of you because they have misunderstood where you're coming from, or even who you are, what your values are. That doesn't change anything about you. You are still that person who is of tremendous value. Surround yourself with affirming people. Surround doesn't mean you're going to have a whole team of 12 of them. However, what it may mean is that the people that are around you are people you've chosen to be close to because they affirm you, they reaffirm you, they make you feel good about yourself. They tell you good things. They see the positive in you, and they are encouraging. They motivate you, and they make you feel hopeful and optimistic. Those are the people that you want around you. You don't want the naysayers and people who are negative, who, when you have an idea, they don't inspire you in it. You know, they discourage you. Maybe because it was something that they were unable to pull off, they feel that you can't do it. You know, you want people who are going to encourage you and share that vision and see you winning. Practice self talk, number 10 and last. Daily remind yourself, I'm enough. Even when I'm misunderstood, I'm still enough. There's enough of me. I'm a good person. I'm an awesome person. I'm great. Even if I'm misunderstood, it changes nothing. I am still me. A friend of mine was once accused of being arrogant because she spoke with confidence. Because she spoke with confidence, people said, oh, she's so full of herself. Look at her. Who does she think she is? She thinks she's better than people. That wasn't what it was. And as a result of that, when she understood what was happening, she wanted to shrink herself so that people wouldn't misunderstand her, so that people wouldn't think that she was pushing herself forward more than the cause, that she thought she was so important, that she wanted to be a leader because she just wanted to be the person in front, not because she wanted to make changes or to implement something good. All some people saw in her was just this person who seemed to want to be at the front of everything, who wanted to be at the center of things. And that wasn't who she was. And so she began to think about just shrinking herself a little bit, and she began to withdraw. She became a little bit more quiet. She wouldn't speak up as quickly anymore. It was taking away her confidence. But then she realized that her confidence doesn't make her arrogant. It's not confidence that makes you arrogant, it makes you clear. And she began to realize that those people were just not on her side. They had their own issues, some of them, who were pulling her down. They had issues of their own confidence. And because they couldn't manifest confidence themselves, they wanted to pull her down for being a confident woman. And years later, the same people who misunderstood her, some of them came to admire her strength because she stayed with what she believed. She stayed with the cause. She accomplished and she achieved. Sometimes confidence is misunderstood. It's taken as being full of yourself. It's taken as arrogance. But regardless of that, you must remain confident. You must allow others to see you grow, to enable others to see the cause being made manifest, enable others to see the product, you know, the fruit of your labor, enable them to see that. And when they see that you're committed to the cause, you're willing to get your head down and put the work in, you want to go shoulder to shoulder with other people. You're not just trying to get other people to do all the work while you sit back and give the orders. Then they will respect you and they'll understand you far more. I'd love us to do a breathing exercise right now. And this is a centering exercise. And then we're going to do an affirmation, and that will be the live. So let's begin, if you can, by placing a hand over your heart. And you're going to breathe in through your nose, hold your breath, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. And we're going to do this 3 times. And with each breath, at the end of exhaling, we're going to repeat the words, I am confident in who I am. Let's begin now. Inhale and exhale, blowing slowly through your lips. I am confident in who I am. Inhale and exhale. I am confident in who I am. And once more, inhale and exhale. I am confident in who I am. Hope that exercise has left you feeling more centered, more calm, and more affirmed in who you are, in all the positives that you have to offer and to bring. The affirmation for today is, I remain confident even when I'm misunderstood. My truth is my anchor. I'm going to repeat that, and I'd love you to repeat after me. This affirmation is going to make the way for you. It's going to reaffirm you. It's going to speak to your inner man or your inner woman. It'll be wonderful motivation for you. I remain confident even when I am misunderstood. My truth is my anchor. Awesome. And I'd like to encourage you to remember that confidence doesn't mean being understood, should I say, by everyone. It means being steady within yourself. If today's session touched your heart, give this video a like. Thank you for the 4 likes I can see now. Much appreciated. And do subscribe so that you'll be made aware of when I come on to do my Saturday wellness sessions. Saturday at 9 o'clock. And if possible, share the live or any of my content with someone who may need a reminder or need a boost or a push into greater wellness. Wishing you all the best for the rest of this weekend. Peace, love, and light to you. Bye bye, Eternity. Bye, Churchy Janny. And bye to all who have joined me this morning in the live. Thank you. Bye for now.